Monthly brief forecast, monthly report, month of October 2022. On for this particular monthly brief forecast for all of you. In this coming month of October, I've defined each and every planet's effect for all of you. And in this particular month of October, there's a tricky situation because after 16th October, the monthly forecast changed due to Sun Eclipse. So I also defined that as well for all of you. But in this particular month, you have to exercise your patience and try to watch this video from start till end. Then you will understand all the 9 planets effect, positive, negative, how is happening with you. So I need your patience to watch this video to understand the complete concept of monthly horoscope. Taurus, month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month. I'm going to start this, if you look at the monthly forecast, monthly chart, Lagna is occupied by Mars and 5th house is occupied by Sun, Venus, Mercury. 6th house is occupied by Ketu, 7th house is occupied by Moon, 9th house is occupied by Saturn, 11th house is occupied by Jupiter, 12th house is occupied by Rahu. And may I say that in this particular month, Taurus, that Mercury was retrograded, Mercury is become direct in the start of the month, and Saturn is retrograded, Saturn become direct on 23rd of October. But Venus from the start of the month to the whole month, Venus become combust. So if Mercury is depend on for Taurus, the Lord of Taurus is Venus. Venus is combust, almost combust. So you have to look after your health and well-being and your decision and choices. But the Mercury is become direct. So Mercury is linked with your flow of income, wealth, assets and savings, your creativity, your decision-making ability, your common sense, your activity, your recognition, appreciation will be boosted back to normal. But Venus, your Lord planet, become combust. So you have to look after your mental and physical health and your connection with people around you. Taurus, month of October, monthly conclusion. In this coming month, Mars is transiting in your Lagna. In this month, the whole month, you may be afraid from fire, weapons, thieves, thugs and foul company. Taurus, there may be loss of money. Taurus, in this particular month, during this particular period, there may be blood-related issues, fever, headaches, abdominal pain, and allergic reaction. Taurus, you'll pass through a lot of period of mental anguish. You may tend to get excited very easily, but you've got to calm down yourself. Try not to lose temper. There may be a lot of issues due to temperament. Make sure you should not charge yourself. Try not to overreact in any situation. Refrain from aggression, refrain from foul temper, watch your behavior. There may become some kind of illness between you and your partner. Look after your health and look after your partner's health. Taurus, you may be prone to accident, to injury, or some sort of a surgical operation. You have to be careful. You may be extravagant, sometimes player-loving, sometimes spendthrift. Sometimes you are a person who invite trouble upon yourself. You have to be careful. You may be infatuated by a lot of companion. And watch your word of speech. Try not to be impatient. Try not to overreact in any situation. Sometimes you'll not be able to keep your secret, which you shouldn't. You should keep your secret. Try not to talk too much. Try not to be aggressive all the time, please. Sun, Mercury, Venus transit in 5th house. This is a very unique and beautiful union. Sun, Mercury, Venus. Here the Sun, Mercury getting together, and this will make you very dynamic. By applying your intelligence, you will earn. By applying your intelligence, you can create. By applying your intelligence, you will achieve name, fame, and establishment. Superior may grant you favor. No doubt about it. By applying your intelligence, you will acquire a lot of name, fame, fulfilling your desires. In examination, you'll meet success, enjoy hard studies. Generally, you'll have comfort. If you have any enemies, you'll be able to dominate over them. You'll gain name, fame, and fulfilling your desires. There may be arguments or conflicts between you and your partner. The expenditure will be excessive. There will be loss of money. Be careful. There would be fear from superior, which will cause a lot of mental anguish. You may be an official, benevolent, and sometimes famous, having a lot of things with yourself, a lot of projects. You can be overly occupied with things. You'll be extremely active, creative, and you'll be in a group of people. You'll be performing a lot of good deeds. More you become active, creative, dharmic, more you'll be achieving. Result of Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu transit in 6th house. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu transit in 6th house, but that is happening after 17th October. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu in 6th house means Sun Eclipse. And here the Sun and Venus, this is not a good combination. Sun and Rahu is Sun Eclipse. Sun and Ketu, Sun Eclipse. Here this combination, there are 4 planets together and 2 planets, a shadow planet, Rahu, Ketu. Whenever the Sun, whenever the Sun and Rahu, Sun and Ketu, the Sun Eclipse is there. Sun and Venus, the Venus is burnt out in this combination. After 17th of October, this combination will be acquired in 6th house. So due to this, Taurus, you have to look after your mental and physical health. You have to be very careful regarding your decisions, your choices, whatever you're making. You're going through a lot of issues regarding your health. Look after especially if you're in a relationship, romantic relationship, marriage relationship. You have to be very careful about your relationship. Refrain from any kind of a living conflict in your relationship, separation from you and your partner. You have a lot of secret worries which you are not sharing with anybody. You have to watch your temper. Your enemies will create a lot of fear for you. You have a lot of living arguments and conflict. There will be destruction of enemies. There is a lot of things, people are there around you. You have to watch your back. There would be success in litigation and gain in business. There will be a lot of affliction in your body and eye infections. You will spend a lot of money to give penal punishment or release your friends from problems. You will pay towards somebody. You may suffer a lot of health issues, sharp pain, beware of an accident. There may be fear of car accident during a journey, or beware of an accident. You may go abroad and face a lot of hardships, or beware of cheating, deception, fraud. Beware of living conflict with people around you, please. And you may suffer due to allergic reaction or accident or mishappening. There is a fear of sort of a kidney infection or health issues or pain in your joints or some kind of a mishappening or accident. Be careful. Result of moon in 7th house. Women in general would be favorable to you. Women will help you. Companion will help you. Earning from business and travel will be rising. You'll have a lot of rising in your professional life. There may be some kind of illness to you and your spouse. Result of Saturn in 9th house. Elder siblings, enemies are there. But be careful regarding your relationship with your elders, with your sibling, with your enemies. And sometimes beware of any kind of a living conflict between you and your elders, between you and your sibling, between you and your enemies. You will be fortunate. And may I say that as long as you watch your attitude, watch your actions and conduct, you can be extremely successful. You can perform a lot of good deeds. You'll always be involved in religious deeds, charitable deeds, helping a lot of people. You'll progress in independent business, performing a lot of good deeds. And you'll achieve, more you achieve blessing, more you achieve fortune. That's a direct relationship. Result of Jupiter in 11th house. As a project manager, as a program manager, as a company CEO, honor will be there, award will be there. With your team effort, you will accomplish dignified success. Your desire will be fulfilled. Wealth will be gained. Vehicle will be acquired. Professionally, you'll enjoy some rising. You'll be inclined toward performing a lot of good deeds. You'll getting an award from people and monetary help from friends. As a consultant, you'll perform outstanding. You will associate with a lot of good people and will be endowed with a lot of comforts. You'll make a lot of continuous gain. You'll find happiness and respect. You'll get the utmost support, help and guidance of your team members and colleagues. Result of Rahu in 12th house. Wealth can be lost if you're not careful by cheating, deception, fraud, or fine, penalty, punishment. Business travel will result in losses. Be careful. Change of residence is likely to happen if you're not careful. Enemies, secret enemies will harm you. Thieves and thugs can become a source of your troubles. You must suffer a lot of health issue regarding eye infection, regarding lack of sleep, regarding shatteredness, tiredness, mental and physical exertion. There may be lack of sleep or personal comfort can be missing. Beware of bad debts. Beware of unexpected expenditure. Do not get carried away with any financial commitment and building a huge debt for yourself. Be careful. Taurus, month of October. The prominent dates for month of October: 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 13th, 14th, 18th, 19th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th of October are the prominent dates for signing any important contract, organizing any important meeting, organizing any important business test, exam, interview, presentation, or romantic date. You will achieve success, prosperity, reward. Let me define the monthly chart for Aries. The Lagna is occupied by Rahu, second house is occupied by Mars, and Jupiter positions in 12th house. Saturn position is very prominent in house of profession, 10th house. Moon is transit in 8th house. Ketu position in 7th house. Sun, Mercury, Venus transiting in 6th house. And if you look at the first, 5th, 9th, the first, 5th, 9th, only first house is occupied by Rahu for Aries. And first, 4th, 7th, 10th. 7th house is occupied by Ketu. 10th house is occupied by Saturn. Jupiter is in the house of 12th house, the house of loss. And Moon position is 8th house. Mars transiting. The Lagnesh Mars is transiting in 2nd house. Let's start with everything with Aries for month of conclusion. In this coming month, Rahu's transiting in the Lagna. Aries, you may suffer from a lot of mental anguish, distorted thinking, negative thinking, headaches, heavy-headedness, heaviness in the body, eye infection. Aries, dignity can be lost. There may be fruitless expenditure, and your partner health can be suffering. And opponents will prove to be troublesome for you. People will oppose you. Aries, beware of any official complication, official conflicts. Aries, you'll carry a lot of secret tension which you don't want to share with anybody. Aries, do refrain from any living relationship conflict, Aries, you have to be very careful that you should not invest in any ego or aggression in any decision you're taking. And people can push you, people can encourage you, but do not make any decision if it's based on your ego or aggression. That will backfire on your reputation in the long run and bring some sort of long-term complication for you. Refrain from too much ego and aggression, please. Mars transit in 2nd house, Aries. Your Lord planet Mars transit in 2nd house. You have to look after your health, mental and physical. You have to make sure that you should not be offending people with aggression, word of speech, or foul attitude. Refrain from any kind of unnecessary fear. Refrain from winding up yourself in any negative way. Beware of financial losses. Beware of fire and theft. Beware of enemies. Beware of any legal authorities. Aries, you will face a lot of disappointment during this phase of time. There may be a lot of strife with the family members. Family members and you can be in each other's throat. Family members can oppose you. Health of the spouse can deteriorate. You have to watch your word of speech. Make sure you're not offending anybody with your language, with your attitude, with your word of speech, with your behavior. You will face a lot of losses in business if you're not careful. The money you spend will not be recovered by you. You will earn your money through a lot of hard work, through your knowledgeability and skill set, through technical knowledge. You will get the hidden treasure or unexpected wealth or unexpected money, maybe through lottery. It can happen. Aries, Sun, Venus, Mercury transit in 6th house. You have to look after your relationship. You got to, especially if you're a married person, beware of any kind of a living conflict in your relationship. Beware of any kind of a separation or divorce between you and your partner. You'll have a lot of secret worries, unstable temper, and your enemies will create a lot of fear in you. You have a lot of living argument, conflict linked with family, with relationship, with romantic partner, with people around you. Aries, you'll face a lot of obstacle in your earnings, in your livings. And refrain from any kind of developing any kind of animosity between you and your partner. Refrain from any kind of a living argument and conflict between you and your partner. You may suffer from kind of a loss of money or loss of relationship. Aries, you have to be very careful. You have to organize your routine, your time, your energy, your task. Due to lack of focus, lack of concentration, your education can be incomplete. There are many obstacles in your progression. Your enemies will be troublesome for you, tarnishing your image. You have a lot of living argument conflict due to your enemies. The companionship may cause you trouble. Generally, you have some sort of a mental anguish. Your expenditure will prove to be wasteful. You have a lot of fight with your enemies. Your efforts will not bring any reward. Sometimes you're in the middle of a battleground. You are in the middle of a battleground due to your family, due to your companionship, due to your relationship. You may join a lot of your hand with your enemies. You will be victorious after fighting with your enemies. And there are few hardships in your life. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu. Sun, Venus and Rahu, Ketu is transiting in 7th house. And because after 17th of October, Sun, Venus leaving the 6th house, entering into 7th house, and that is the equation will develop like a Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu. This equation means Sun eclipse. This equation means Venus going to Venus position is very, very bad, very foul. Venus is trapped in 4 planets, Sun, Rahu, Ketu. And none of these planets have some kind of friendly attitude toward Venus. Aries, you will be in the middle of a living conflict or living argument between you and your partner, between you and your life partner or companion. You go through quite a few health complications. Beware of financial losses. Refrain from any kind of gambling, a huge gambling. That will backfire on you. Illness may plague your partner. Travel may be frequent. Running around will be quite a lot. Losses may occur in business. It's like a refrain from any kind of gambling. Please, you may suffer from a lot of abdominal issues, unfound worries, tensions. You may have a lot of physical health issues, eye trouble. There may be a lot of disorder regarding a pain in your feet or issue with your private organs or male and female health issues. Aries, you may face a lot of financial losses, sudden losses due to cheating, deception, fraud. There may be suffering due to yourself and your partner. You'll be short-tempered and wicked and have an unstable temperament. You'll be unable to sleep peacefully due to a lot of fear, anxiety of people. Sun is in the 7th house. You'll be troubled by people related to government, related to authorities. Anybody have a land of the law will have a fear for you. Anybody who have authority can be a source of trouble for you. Sometimes due to yourself or sometimes due to your partner or sometimes for both of you. Beware of wicked people. You will be troubled by mental anxiety. You will be troubled by physical worries or too much tension. Your business will suffer, especially if you're in a joint venture, if you're in a joint business partnership, if you're in the middle of amalgamation. There may be lack of matrimonial bliss. A constant living conflict between you and your partner. Living conflict is a constant. Sometimes you will oppose each other quite a lot. Having a conflicting relationship between you and your partner. Conflicting relationship between you and your companion. Constant fluctuation might be in your relationship. Relationship is fluctuating constantly. Sometime in the marriage relationship or romantic relationship, you can be all over the place. Result of Ketu in the 7th house. You have to look after your relationship. Relationship can be very sweet or sour. Sometimes relationship can fluctuate. There are losses in your profession, losses in your joint venture. If you're in a business partnership, if you're in any kind of a speculation or investment, it will backfire on you. Sometimes losses will occur. You may suffer a lot of health issues, and you'll face a lot of opposition and humiliation in the joint venture, in your business partnership, in your matrimonial relationship, in your family relationship. You go through quite a lot. Personal arguments, professional arguments, personal conflict, professional conflicts. A lot of fluctuation in your personal life and professional life. Result of moon in 8th house. Sometimes peace, harmony, happiness can be missing. You can be all over the place. There will be loss of earning, a loss of money. And Aries, you may be inclined toward a lot of unscrupulous deeds, which you have to be very careful. There may be a lot of illness or suffering. You may be afraid of a lot of drowning. Your opponent would dominate you. You may pass through a lot of mental anguish during this phase of time. Abdominal pain, eye infection, cough infection, a cold may affect you. You suffer a lot of separation from spouse or friends. And result of Saturn in 10th house. Result of Saturn in 10th house, success will only come through excessive efforts. Success will only come through a lot of hard work. Result of Saturn in 10th house. There are, may I say that, losses in business, losses in profession, losses in professional status. Domestic strife prevail, and there is a likelihood of residential change. Your nature may be quarrelsome. You may occupy a high position, receiving honor, and will be popular among people, respected by the state. You will become wealthy through business, come out through poverty, but you have to work really hard. Result of Jupiter in 12th house. There is excessive expenditure, but sometime maybe on good deeds. There will be some strife with the family and friends and disfavor from those people who have power. Fear from government. Journey will prove to be fruitless. You may suffer from a lot of physical illness. You may spend a lot of money for companionship. For some time, you'll spend quite a lot of money for your habits. And you have to be very careful where you spend the money. Sometimes the expenditure can be paramount. Sometimes your expenditure can be on good deeds as well. Aries, prominent dates for month of October: 6th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th of October are the important dates for signing an important contract, organizing any important meetings, business meeting, test exam, interview, romantic date, presentation. Gemini, month of October, the conclusion of the month. The month of October is this. In this particular month, Gemini, your Lord planet Mercury, Venus, Sun are transit in 4th house. 5th house is occupied by Ketu. 6th house is occupied by Moon. Saturn position in 8th house. 10th house is occupied by Jupiter. 11th house is occupied by Rahu. Mars position is in 12th house. So, in this particular month of October, the start of the month, Mercury was retrograded. Mercury become direct in this whole month. Saturn will be direct from 23rd of October. And Venus position from the start till the whole month is almost combust, is not existing. This particular month, first 16 days, the result of the monthly forecast is different from the 1st October till 16th October. From 17th October, the whole equation will change, and you'll experience effect of Sun Eclipse. In your monthly forecast and monthly chart, Sun Eclipse will affect your 5th house. And 5th house is the house of creativity, house of recognition, appreciation, house of common sense and applied wisdom and education, and birth of a child. So if you are a lady conceiving a birth of a child, you have to be extra careful. If you're a student, you have to be extra careful. So Gemini, month of October, the conclusion of the month is this. In this coming month, result of Sun, Mercury, Venus transit in 4th house. There will be harmony first 16 days with your nearest to dearest one. You have a domestic harmony. Superior may grant you favor. You may acquire land, property, car. There might be a deal like this. There will be lots of benefit from family, parents, recognition by the government authorities. Mother's blessing will be there, and assets will be achieved. Vehicle will be there, And may I say that you'll be respected by people, you'll be respected by a decision maker, you'll be in possession of valuable items and assets. But after 16th of October, Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu. Sun, Venus leave the 4th house, entering into 5th house where the Ketu is already there. And Rahu's position, Rahu's from the 11th house looking at the 5th house directly. After Sun, 17th October, Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu are shown the effect in 5th house. Some sudden calamity may befall you. Sudden things will happen out of the blue after 17th October. And due to that, wealth can be lost. Your studies can be interrupted. Out of the blue, you have an issue between you and the legal problem. Legal issues there. Legal authority, you'll be under the microscope of legal authority. You'll have an issue with the higher authorities. You may have a lack of some sort of a support and guidance. You associate with wicked people, and due to that, you'll end up having a lot of argument, conflicting situations, and sometimes issues personally or professionally or financially, both. Sometimes your mind will be upset and disturbed. You can be all over the place. The mind will be disturbed and in distress. There would be fear from superior, higher authority, which will cause mental anguish. Please be prepared for the challenges and complications. Sometimes those challenges can be legal challenges, legal complications. There will be a sudden gain and sudden loss. Losses can be higher than your gain. Beware of official legal conflict. If you're involved in an official legal conflict, then please you should consult a legal expert, like some kind of a barrister or solicitor or some kind of an advocate. You may be worried, anxious, and sometimes short-tempered, very aggressive, and sometimes you go through a lot of pain. You may be confused. Sometimes decision-making issues can be there. You don't know how to decide. Your mind may be sometimes all over the place. Sometimes you'll be very indecisive what to do, how to do. That's why you need a professional consultant approach. You have to consult proper professional consultant and take advice. Legal consultant as well as astrologer. You will suffer a lot of pain in terms of tummy, in your arms, in your back. You have to be very careful. If you are in the middle of a legal conflict, then you do need a proper advice from an astrologer, from a legal expert, both. Before you make any important decision, before you implement any action, you must consult. Result of Ketu in 5th house. Some sudden things can happen. Out of the blue, things can happen. And due to that, you have to think thoroughly what you need to do. Financial losses can be there. If you're a student, your studies can be interrupted. If you're a pregnant lady, you go and see the doctor. Is there any complication occurring? You may have a lot of issues and you need to sort it out sooner rather than later. Don't wait for miracle, but do what you need to do, the most needful. Result of moon in 6th house. And there may be loss of favor from superiors. You got to look after your health regarding chest infection, cough, eye disease, or fear from a lot of situations. There may be false allegation and consequent of loss of mental peace. There may be undesired journey during this phase of time. There's a lot of, you'll be out of comfort zone. There will be lots of running around. There may be loss of money. Your enemies will snatch away either your wealth or snatch away something precious. And you're going through a series of obstacles, one after another in your path of success and prosperity. Your own people can waste your money. You will be suffering with it. Your own people will cheat you, deceive you, backstab you. Be careful. Result of Saturn in 8th house. You have to look after your health. Beware of financial losses. There's a possibility of false allegation on you. Education will be interrupted. You may suffer a lot of mental anguish. You'll get sudden financial gain and sudden financial loss. You'll face the both. You will be a friend of wicked people who can harm you. Be careful. Watch your company. Watch your companionship. And watch your action. Try not to be over-aggressive. Try not to overreact in any situation. Try not to be self-destructive. More you become aggressive, more you become egoistic, more you ruin yourself. Try not to be. Result of Jupiter in 10th house. If you have any opponents, you'll dominate them with your common sense and wisdom and applied wisdom. Your income will be rising if you listen to your own self. If you use the common sense, your income can multiply. And favor will come from the government authority as long as you use the knowledgeability and skill set. You'll get some sort of a professional rising. You may go for independent venture, a new project, new venture, a new idea, or independent business. That opportunity will be there. You may occupy a high position, receiving honor and achieving a popularity again among the people. Result of Rahu in 11th house. You'll make a lot of secret strategies and you'll implement all those secret strategies. At the same time, you'll come across lots of technical hiccups, official complication, technical complication. Your level of satisfaction won't be there. You might come across sudden financial losses or sudden financial gain or both. Beware of any kind of a legal conflict with the legal authority. You should not start, or if you have some kind of a complication between you and your boss, between you and higher authorities, you have to sort it out. Result of Mars in 12th house. Wealth can be lost if you're not careful. You may suffer a lot of disappointments. Your health may suffer. You may have a lot of trouble with your eyesight. You may have a lot of injury due to fire or weapons. Your government or people who are in the government or those who have a high position can be source of your trouble. You'll go through a lot of crisis situation, either linked with education, either linked with family, either linked with your business, either linked with your career, either linked with your finance. You have to be careful. You may be punished by decision maker, by the government, by the higher authorities. You'll face a lot of problems or troubles and go through a lot of financial losses. Be careful. And you'll associate with foreigners. You associate with people of other religion who will offer you some kind of a support. You will earn through your own efforts. You'll get some kind of you'll achieve a lot, but you'll spend a lot. Gemini prominent dates for month of October. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 27th, 28th, 29th of October. For the important contract, signing these days, pick any of these dates for signing any important contract, organizing any important event to meeting, business meeting, test, exam, interview, presentation, romantic date. Wish you all the very best of luck. Going to talk about Cancerian, month of October, Cancerian, month of October 2022. First thing first, we're talking about the monthly chart for month of October for Cancerian. Third house is occupied by Sun, Mercury, Venus. And fourth house is occupied by Ketu. Fifth house is occupied by Moon. Sixth house is occupied by no planet is there. Seventh house is occupied by Saturn. Eighth house is empty. 12th house is occupied by Jupiter. And 9th house is occupied by Jupiter. 8th house is empty. 10th house is occupied by Rahu. 11th house is occupied by Mars. In this monthly forecast, monthly chart, Mars position is very prominent. Jupiter position is absolutely prominent. Moon's position is again unique. Saturn position is absolutely unique and absolutely finest. But we have to bring somebody at the Lagna. Third house is occupied by Sun, Mercury, Venus. It's again very prominent. Fourth house, Ketu's position, I'm not very happy. 10th house is occupied by Rahu, not very happy position. But Mars position, Moon and Jupiter are absolutely prominent. And let's talk about, in the start of the month, Mercury was retrograded. Mercury become direct in the start of the month for the whole month. Saturn will be direct from 23rd of October. This month, start of the month till the whole month, the Venus position is very, very absolutely like a combust. Venus is almost combust. Venus position is not good at all. And 24th October, the Diwali is there. 25th October, Sun Eclipse is there. First 16 days of this month is absolutely wonderful. After 17th October, the whole equation of the monthly forecast will change because Sun Eclipse will take over. A lot of things are there in Sun Eclipse. Sun Eclipse is there for every sign, every Lagna. Yes. But Sun Eclipse for you, dominating your fourth house, the house of comfort. The Sun eclipses are dominating your fourth house, fifth house, and your house of profession. Whenever the eclipse happen, it will disturb where this eclipse happen. Next house as well, and the house which is seeing directly from the 4th house, looking at the 10th house and neighboring house next door, 5th house. Disturbed. These 3 houses will be disturbed. So Cancerian, you have to be extremely cautious and very, very careful. Let's talk about the union. Let's talk about Sun, Mercury, Venus transit in 3rd house. Your courage will be there. Your creativity will be there. Running around will be there. Your communication can be sky high. More you're communicating with the world around you, more you'll be digging out opportunity for yourself. And through your personal courage, you'll be able to achieve something dignified. You'll be able to dominate your opponents. Major opportunity will come through major communication. More you open the doors of network, more you'll be achieving quite a lot. More you become active, creative, dynamic in your communication, more you're achieving income, resources, and financial opportunities. Communication in today's world is like you're opening the whole. You can extend yourself, you can multiply yourself by 100. You'll gain in wealth and fame. You'll act very bold, convincing, solid. You'll use opening the doors of opportunity, engaging a lot of independent business, independent professional people, enhancing your status, prestige, and honor in the world. You may have to spend some money for all these, but achievements will be dignified. You'll mingling with a lot of people. Association with professional friends will be very profitable. You'll associate a lot of companions. You'll opening a lot of new doors of opportunity. Your undertaking will meet success. Money will be gained. You'll be inclined to take journeys. You'll earn a lot through your own vigor and vitality. You will earn through your own efforts. You'll be self-dependent and will help a lot of people. There will be rise in income, resources, and name and fame and establishment. You'll gain name and fame and dominance over your opponents. There will be favor. There would be favor from superior. You'll put a lot of effort in new activities. There would be acquisition of money and food. Success in government job will be happening. You're opposing a lot of people around you. Result of Sun, Venus, Rahu and Ketu in 4th house. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu in 4th house. After 16th of October, on 17th October, after 17th October, Sun, Venus leaving the 3rd house, joining the 4th house. And the 4th house is welcoming by Ketu, and Rahu is sitting at the 10th house looking at the Sun, Venus and Ketu. There is some kind of a chance of wasteful expenditure. Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu in 4th house. There's a lot of dissociation of nearest to dearest one. Instability of temper. There may be suffering to your family and mother. Sometimes personal comfort can be missing. You face a series of difficulties. You may be a lot of infliction of wounds. And may I say that you may develop a lot of disputes with family and friends. There may be pain in the stomach and a lot of pain in your own, like a lot of personal suffering will be there. And you can be in the middle of a personal conflict. Stop winding up yourselves. Government employee will have a lot of dispute with your colleagues, with your boss, with your seniors, with your juniors. Government employee will have a lot of issues in their professional dimension. There may be change of place regarding job or career or profession or residence. Sometimes you lost your peace of mind, and sometimes you can be all over the place. Expenditure can be excessive. You have beware of an accident. Disfavor may fall upon you from those people who have authorities. You may be worried and maybe sometimes you are hard-hearted and destructive and inimical toward your own family member, which you shouldn't be. Deprived of comfort of a lifestyle. You will always be worried and very suspicious and mentally very happy. Very unhappy sometimes. Mentally, you want to be happy, but sometimes mentally very unhappy. You can be going through a lot of pain. You may be involved in a lot of dispute with your friends, your family members, and deprived of good people around you. Sometimes you are feeling lonely and upset and disappointed. You face a lot of defeat during conflict with enemies, and sometimes your pride will suffer. You tend to oppose your loved one. You can be self-destructive. You can be destructive of your domestic life. Sometimes don't want to listen to the good advice. And you're going through a lot of bashing kind of attitude. And go through a lot of hardships. You have to calm down your temper. You try not to be over-aggressive in your attitude. Sometimes you can make a decision or choices which can work against you, not with you. And sometimes you're in the middle of a scandal which you shouldn't be. Result of Ketu in 4th house. Your peace of mind can be lost. Expenditure can be excessive. Beware of an accident. Beware of a living conflict with higher authorities. Result of Moon in 5th house. There will be a new project waiting for you. And if you are becoming active, creative, dynamic, if you build up your drive, motivate yourself, becoming more determined and active and invest more discipline, you'll achieve name, fame and acquiring wealth. You'll be inclined towards learning, upgrading your knowledge, ability and skill set. During this phase of time, your thinking power will rise. You'll be most dynamic. You will be performing of your good deeds. Result of Saturn in 7th house. There will be change of residence, foreign journey, suffering from traveling. Money can be lost. Enemies will cause you fear. There may be false allegation. Abdominal pain may be source of suffering. And you will be impatient and unable to digest secret. Please do look after your relationship and communication in the relationship. You spend a lot of money in secret deeds and for satisfying your player. You'll be performing a lot of ill deeds and will oppose people. Result of Jupiter in 9th house. You undertake a lot of pilgrimages, profitable, like a religious journey, charitable journey. You'll be involving yourself in a lot of rituals, spiritual rituals, a lot of chanting, meditation, charity. There are lots of opportunity to associate with your dearest one. You'll be performing a lot of good deeds. You gain in wealth and wisdom, no doubt about it. There may be acquisition of comforts. You'll be prosperous with many support, help and guidance. Support of your elders. Yes, you have to listen to them, what they're saying to you. Result of Rahu in 10th house. You will go through a lot of fluctuations personally, professionally, sometimes both. Sometimes personal comfort can be missing, sometimes professional comfort can be missing. Sometimes you're in the middle of a personal conflict and professional conflict. Sometimes you will be in a conflict on both sides, personally and professionally. You'll travel around quite a lot for your professional success. Sometimes you can be out of comfort zone, sometimes you can be all over the place. Mars position in 11th house. You'll come across, if you are a project manager, program manager, company CEO, with a team effort, you can achieve dignified success and prosperity. You can build a unique income. You can multiply your income by 1, by 4, by 7, by 10, by 11 times. Depend on how much fire you have in your belly. If you have a fire in your belly, you can multiply your resources by 11 times. Your professional status will be rising. Business will provide you gain. You require comfort, vehicle, lifestyle. As a project manager, as a program manager, as a company CEO, you can achieve dignified success as long as you're active, creative, dynamic. As long as you have to acquire it. Nobody going to give you. You have to acquire it. You have to acquire it with your both hands. Nobody going to drop it from the source. Hey, come on, have it. No. If you believe in yourself, if you are active, creative, dynamic, you can acquire it. If you say, no, I'm not doing anything. Let me see. No. Sorry. Nothing will happen. Don't misread. Don't interpret it in a different way. No, nothing will happen. More you become active, creative, dynamic, more you'll be achieving dignified success. More you'll be performing good deeds. You have to acquire. You can acquire. You can multiply your success by 1 time, 4 times, 7 times, 10 times, 11 times. You'll get the wealth by defeating your enemies. You acquire plenty of money through your business, through your career, through your team. The team will support you. Anybody who have a knowledge, ability, skill set will support you. Cancerian month of October, the prominent dates are 4th, 5th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 18th, 19th, 23rd, 24th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th of 30th of October, 31st of October are the prominent dates for signing an important contract, organizing any important event, meeting, business meeting, romantic date, test, exam, you name it. Just pick any of these dates. Wish you very best of luck. Leo month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month. Conclusion of the month for Leo is this monthly chart. Lagna have nothing, no planets. The second house is Sun, Mercury, Venus. Third house is occupied by Ketu. Fourth house is occupied by Moon. Sixth house is occupied by Saturn. Seventh house is occupied with nothing. Fifth house is empty. Eighth house is occupied by Jupiter. Ninth house is occupied by Rahu. 10th house is occupied by Mars position. And 11th house is empty. 12th house is empty. And in the 1st, 5th, 9th, only 9th house is occupied by Rahu. 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th. 4th house is occupied by Moon. 10th house is occupied by Mars. And may I say that in start of the month of October, the Mercury was retrograded. Mercury become direct in the month of October. The whole month is Mercury is back to normal, which is very prominent. Mercury is back to normal. It's blessing for you, Leo. And your source of income, your flow of income will be normal. But may I say that in the Venus star, from the start till end, it's almost combust. Saturn become direct on 23rd of October. Saturn become direct. So, a lot of hassles created by Saturn is coming back to normality. So, Saturn position is a lot more better as compared to past. And 24th October, Diwali is there. 25th October, the Sun Eclipse is there. In this first 16 days of October are very good, unique. But after 16th of October, 17th, 18th October, Sun Eclipse going to affect everybody's monthly chart. Sun Eclipse in your in your monthly forecast, in your monthly chart, affected your third house, the house of communication with the world. In your third house, Sun, Ketu, Rahu is very good, but Venus position can be defected. It's like a third house can give you quite magnified success. Now, in today's world, third house is very important because third house is communication and courage. So, third house can multiply your success by 10 times. But Venus is half dead. So I can't expect too much, but I will definitely expect something there better. So let's talk about Leo's monthly conclusion. Monthly conclusion for Leo in the month is, I'm going to define each and every planet. Result of Sun, Mercury, Venus in second house, at the moment second house. If you have any opponents, you'll dominate over them with your convincing power. You'll be enjoying a lot of domestic harmony. Leo, there will be a rise in income resources, rise in flow of income, rise in achievements, rise of wealth and savings. Gain to your name and fame are quite possible. You will be able to fulfill your desire as having success in your venture. There will be excessive wealth and acquisition of comforts. You'll be prosperous in your business and satisfied with as much you can get. You will be involved in a lot of deeds, can be famous and fearful at the same time. You will achieve a lot earned by parents from others, sometimes with hard work, sometimes without hard work. You will earn interest and business profit. You give a lot of support to a lot of people. You may benefit financially through government or from private employment. You'll be able to enhance your status, prestige, honor in business. You'll be able to lead a professional organization. You'll be an accumulator of wealth, efficient in lending and borrowing money. You'll always be staying happy by thinking about money, money, money. More you become active, creative, dynamic, more you're achieving and rising. No doubt about it. But after 16th October, after 17th October, Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Venus leave the second house, entering into third house and join the Ketu and Rahu. So it's like a Sun eclipse after 17th October. So Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu in this equation. Opponent will be destroyed. Travel and business will be gainful. Favor may come through from the government authority, those who have authority. Association with your friends and sibling will be profitable. You'll also be associating with a lot of companions. Your undertaking will meet success. Money will be gained. You'll be inclined to take a lot of journeys. In domestic life, there will be harmony. Your health will be good. There will be rise in vigor and vitality. You'll gain name, fame, and dominance over your opponents. There may be a lot of problems to your family and your colleagues. You put a lot of effort in new activity. Result of Ketu in 3rd house. Opponent will be destroyed. Siblings may suffer from ill health. Travel and business will be gainful. Favor come through from the government authority or those people who have authority in the business. Result of moon in 4th house. Your friends, relatives, family will be helpful. There would be gain in your professional status. You'll get the benefit from business and profession. You'll acquire comforts. You may also look for a new residence, a new car, or something new, property or a car or both. You go through lots of complication. You'll be able to sort out a lot of your problems and complications. Please do look after your family health, mother's health and well-being. And you have to watch your decisions and choices. Result of Saturn position 6th house. There will be rising expenditure, a lot of hassles, and you go through quite a lot. You must look after your health and well-being. More you become determined, more you become successful. At the same time, your personal happiness can be missing. Sometimes you can be all over the place. Your expenditure and struggle will be higher than your imagination. Health-wise, do look after yourself from cold, throat infection, breathing issues, any complication linked with bladder. Beware of legal issues, fine, penalty, punishments. Beware of any animosity between you and your partner. You may join hands with your enemies. You will be victorious after fighting with your enemies. You may be inimical toward your spouse. You may create a lot of enmity on the account of your spouse. Result of Jupiter in 8th house. You can suffer a lot of injury. You can suffer a lot of accident. You can suffer a lot of from fever or eye infection. Result of Jupiter in 8th house. Generally, there are a lot of disappointments and you may be separated from your nearest or dearest one. Your education remain incomplete and you suffer from a lot of chest infections. And you will earn money through efforts. You'll get sudden financial gain. You'll get money out of the blue. You never earned with your hard work, but that money will be given to you out of the blue. That can happen. So it's like sometime people will share the money with you, or you will get some kind of a grant or funding or loan sections. Loan will be sanctioned. Loan can be given to you or grant can be given to you. Some money will come to you which without any hard work, but you simply apply. If you want to take any loan, this is the right time. Result of Rahu in 9th house. Strife with the nearest or dearest one, as well as differences with your family and father. Animal and vehicle may be source of harm. Beware of any kind of an accident. Travel opportunity will be rising. And you have to be very careful if you're making any decision and choices linked with legality or linked with any kind of a living conflict with anybody. Listen to your elders and don't judge them. Just listen to them. Result of Mars in 10th house. Wealth will be gained. You will have a promotion in your profession. Benefit from those in high places or from the government authorities. You will dominate any opponents and have success in your undertaking. You become a center of controversy if you're not careful. You may leave your spouse and maintain illicit relationship with companion. You will get recognition, appreciation and occupying a higher position. In this coming month, Virgo, the Lagna is occupied by Sun, Mercury, Venus. And 2nd house is occupied by Ketu. 3rd house is occupied by Moon. 5th house is occupied by Saturn. 7th house is occupied by Jupiter. 8th house is occupied by Rahu. 9th house is occupied by Mars. This particular month, first 16 days are very important and very prominent. Achievements will be there. If you want to start a new project, new venture, new idea, first 16 days are prominent. Achievements will be there. There will be a rise in status, prestige, honor will be there. If you want to start any amalgamation, new venture, new project, you'll get the support and guidance, no doubt about it. But after 16th of October, the Sun and Venus leaving your Lagna and joining the Ketu in second house. There's a Sun Eclipse situation in second house. So, first 16 days are very prominent. After 16 days, 17th October onwards, till the end of the month, the Sun Eclipse can affect your second house. Sun Eclipse in second house, affect your second house, third house and eighth house. So I'm going to define each and every planet. In the start of the month, Mercury was retrograde, but Mercury become direct for the whole month. Start of the month, Venus become combust, and the Venus is combust for the whole month. And Venus is very prominent for you. Venus represents your flow of income, wealth, assets and savings. And Venus also represents your rise, luck and prosperity. So the Venus is combust, these two sections will be defected. On 23rd of October, Saturn become direct. So Saturn is very important planet for you. So Saturn become direct. So you will become very active, very creative. Things are moving full speed. You'll be dynamic. Common sense and applied wisdom will be working back to normal. And whatever you want to do, you won't be stuck. You'll be going with the flow and achieving dignified success and prosperity. 24th of October, the Diwali day. 25th October, the Sun Eclipse day, which is, you have to be, these 2 days are very, very important. So stand by. I'm going to define all these 9 planets effect for each and every one by one for all of you. Virgo, in the month of October, the conclusion of the month, result of Sun, Mercury, Venus in Lagna. If there are any enemies present to you, you will dominate over them. A new business interest, new business project, new business, some sort of a project will come your way. You can make a deal. You can make some kind of amalgamation will come to you. If you want to start a new project, new venture, new business idea, you'll have the support. Somebody will offer you something. Mentally, you'll be extremely happy and very content. And family life will be full of comforts. Support will be there financially and personally. Through your intelligence, through your courage, you'll be enjoying good earning. Your health will be good. There will be some kind of enhancement to your status. You will be fulfilling your desires, indulging in luxuries, lifestyle, enjoying domestic harmony. Professionally, there's a rise in status, promotion, rise in your income resources. You'll be associating with a lot of companion. You'll progress through your own efforts. You'll be well respected, victorious, will enhance your family name. You'll do the business, you're performing a lot of good deeds, and you'll achieve popularity among the respectable people. And people will recognize and appreciate you. You'll be extravagant, spending quite a lot. And there will be a lot of opportunity to do quite a lot, traveling. You will be prone to some kind of anger due to some various problem. There may be few issues, troubles from the enemies, but you will be able to overcome. This particular month, you may construct or renovate something good, or like a building, or some kind of a company, or taking over a company, or starting a new project or new venture. You'll be highly enterprising. This is the right time to start a new business. This is the right time to fulfilling your ambition, no doubt. And you will progress through your own efforts. You will progress through your own caliber. You don't need any third party. Support will be given to you. This is the right time to start a new project, new venture, new idea. But after 17th October, Sun and Venus leaving the Lagna, leaving the Mercury behind, but moving toward the second house and joining the Ketu and Rahu. Rahu's position in 8th house, looking at the second house. But Sun, Ketu, Venus, Rahu in second house effect will be there after 17th October. So Sun eclipse effect will be there in second house. So beware of any kind of financial losses. Beware of any kind of wasteful expenditure. You may suffer a lot of eye infection or mouth infection. Friends will provide you benefit, and you associate with a lot of, be careful regarding any kind of a scandalous relationship. You would like to fulfill your desire, but be careful. And you will like to do quite a lot. And may I say that you will spend a lot of money, acquiring a lot of money and do a lot of things, but the expenditure will be excessive. And due to overspending, there will be financial trouble. Despite that flow of income would be there will be strife with the family members. You may acquire a lot of throat infection. There may be disappointment of various kind. You will be careless and destroying a lot of your wealth due to carelessness. Any work done with intention of making money will go in vain. Nothing will work out according to expectation. You may be unable to do business or work. Be careful. Independently, you may lose money due to some punishment or fine or punishment. You may even fight with your own people, an argument with your own friends and family members. Be careful. Result of Ketu in second house. Travel will prove to be fruitless. Wealth can be lost. There's a wasteful expenditure. You may suffer a lot of eye infection, mouth infection. Be careful. You have to be very careful regarding what you want to do. Ketu position in second house. You have to be extremely cautious and may I say very, very careful. But do look after your marriage relationship. Do look after your business relationship. Do look after your flow of income. Do watch your investment. Do watch your financial actions and conduct. Result of moon in third house. There would be anxiety among the brothers and sisters. Moon position in third house. Some of your secret desire would be fulfilled. You receive favor from companion. Through you, you'll be inclined toward virtuous and religious deeds. Some unscrupulous deeds cannot be ruled out. There would be impairment of bodily function. You will earn money through your own efforts, own vigor and vitality. You'll be self-dependent and will help your own family members, your own siblings. Result of Saturn in fifth house. Illness may befall and you got to look after your health. And education can be disrupted. There's a distorted thinking due to, I'm going to start again. Result of Saturn in fifth house. Look after your health, look after your partner health, look after your family health. Due to lack of focus or lack of concentration, or your education can be disrupted. Refrain from distorted way of thinking. Refrain from negative way of thinking. Look after your health. Wealth can be lost if you're not focused, if you're not thinking carefully. You'll speak intelligently and will be popular and superior to a lot of people, and you will earn their respect. You'll be quite intelligent and arrogant and skilled at talking. And may I say that you have to act a lot. You have to pull up your socks and do what is need to do. And you'll achieve a lot with your action, with your conduct, with your dealings. But may I say that this particular time period, with your actions, you can accomplish quite a lot. Result of Venus. Result of Jupiter in 7th house. Result of Jupiter in 7th house. Happiness will come to you suddenly. Wealth, name, fame, professional rising will be gained. You develop a lot of new fruitful association. And may I say that fruitful association will offer you dignified opportunities. Journeys will prove to be profitable to you. Comfort will come from the companion around you. People will come and support you. You can be impatient sometimes. Sometimes you are unable to digest secrets. Sometimes you can be all over the place. You are very affectionate and well behaved, and you are very well thoughtful. And may I say that you will produce a good result on joint ventures. You will produce a unique result with amalgamation. You'll be offered a business partnership or amalgamation or joint venture, and you can accomplish quite a lot. This will be a dignified opportunity for you, business opportunity, and both parties will help you to accomplish something dignified. This is the right time to sign a contract between you and the other person, especially for the joint venture. But make sure when you're signing a contract, technical details will be given and written properly. With your own efforts, you can accomplish quite a lot with your own efforts. Result of Rahu in 8th house. Result of Rahu in 8th house, you may be suffering from a lot of health issues, phobias, body pain, a lot of issues regarding abdominal pain, general loss of health, enemies may be rising, and sometimes you can be all over the place. Beware of sharp pain, beware of negative thinking. Result of Mars in 9th house. Travel opportunity will come to you frequently. Your sibling will be source of strife. You may be a poorness towards selfishness. You're performing a lot of good deeds, having a good friends, and you're devoted to them. And this time period, you'll get a lot of support. You travel to religious places and you'll manage quite a lot of projects. You're making dignified success and prosperity, and money can be made very properly, very thoroughly. Libra month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month. The start of the month, may I say, defining the monthly chart is the 12th house is occupied by Sun, Mercury, Venus. Ketu is transiting in your Lagna, Moon position in 2nd house, Saturn position in 4th house, Jupiter position in 6th house, Rahu position in 7th house, Mars transit in 8th house. And this particular month of October, from the start, may I say, the start of the month, Mercury was retrograded, Mercury become direct from the start of the month. The whole month, Mercury become direct. Start of the month, Venus become combust. Whole month, the Venus is combust. And the effect will be there. And Saturn is retrograded at the moment. Saturn become direct from 23rd of October. So a lot of impact will be there. Saturn is playing very important role on the 4th house and the 5th house. So Saturn become direct will accelerate you quite a lot. But in this particular month, first 16 days, the monthly forecast result is different. After 16th of October, the Sun Eclipse will happen. Sun Eclipse is playing a very unique role for you because Sun Eclipse is not happening anywhere else. Sun Eclipse happening in your Lagna. Sun and Venus transiting in your Lagna and joining your Ketu, and Rahu is looking at the Lagna. So Sun Eclipse can dominate this monthly forecast after 16th of October. So watch your decision and choices. I'll try to explain step by step what is what for each and every planet's effect, good and positive or negative both. But you have to be very careful after your decision choices after 16th of October. Libra monthly forecast, a monthly conclusion for month of October. First thing first, result of Ketu in the Lagna. Ketu is transiting in your Lagna. If your friends and dear people, sometimes they can be source of your grief and strife. Sometimes beware of ill health, injury, and sometimes situation scenario. Sometimes you're expecting quite a lot things, achievements and accomplishment and assumptions not matching. There are a lot of tensions, there are a lot of worries. Sometimes, may I say that you can be in the middle of a conflict. Beware of theft, beware of financial losses. And sometimes you can be all over the place. Sometimes mentally you're traveling quite a lot. You're thinking quite a lot. You want to do quite a lot. And sometimes you can be all over the place. Mentally you're in travel mode, travel zone. You are thinking that you have to be somewhere mentally. And you're always thinking like that. You should not stuck here. You should move on. You should be there. Result of Moon in 2nd house. General harmony with the family members would be there. You'll acquire wealth. There would be gain in your business. You'll meet good people. Your superior will be helpful. You will benefit financially through government or private employment and blessed with family. Your presentation will be very powerful. Result of Saturn in 4th house. Land and property can cause you tension. Sometimes land or property need your attention. Land and vehicle need your attention. Sometimes family need your attention. You may suffer a lot of mental anguish. And sometimes you can be all over the place. Sometimes you have a fear due to thieves, thugs and opponents and family members. Sometimes you can be in the middle of a conflict. Look after your decisions, choices. Look after your family relationship. Refrain from investing too much grumpiness in the family or sadness in the family. You have to learn to communicate with family members. You have to accept the reality and make a decision strategy according to that. And then you can sort it out one by one. You will be respected by people and you'll acquire a possession of assets and resources. You'll benefit from a lot of people. Refrain from grumpiness. Refrain from any communication gap between you and the family members. You'll be properly recognized and appreciated, no doubt about it. Result of Jupiter in 6th house. Result of Jupiter in 6th house, your enemies can be rising. You meet a lot of frequent quarrels and arguments. You suffer from a lot of mental anguish, eye disease, abdominal discomfort, general frailty. You may suffer a lot of health issues. You may be inimical toward civilized person, but you may be can be all over the place. You may be trader and you have a lot of fights with enemies. You can be in the middle of a conflict. Sometimes you can be misfit with your own people. Sometimes you'll be sad and disappointed. Sometimes your efforts will be there, but success will not be there. You will bear enmity toward your own family members. You may join hands with your own enemies. You will be victorious after fighting with your enemies. And there are few hardships in your life. Result of Rahu in 7th house. Your spouse suffer adversaries. There's a domestic strife. There's a likelihood of separation or divorce. And there's a living conflict within the relationship. Beware of financial losses. Beware of loss of relationship. Travel will be causing suffering. There may be a lot of trouble from ill health, poison, may I say fire, water, some kind of secret disease. There will be a living conflict within the relationship. There will be developed misunderstanding within the relationship. Beware of foul play. Beware of cheating, deception, fraud. You have to develop a base of understanding within the relationship. If there are any misunderstanding within the relationship, you have to sort it out properly. Result of Mars in 8th house. In this particular time period, the month of October, you may suffer a lot of health issues. Some kind of a health issues linked with blood, lower abdomen, digestive system. Beware of any kind of injury, any kind of an accident, and beware of any kind of a foul temper or living argument and conflict. And financial losses can be there if you're not very careful. Refrain from hastiness. You may suffer a lot of domestic conflict, domestic rows. Beware of out of control behavior, out of control temper. You will carry a lot of secret tension, secret worries. And watch your behavior, watch your attitude. You have to calm down yourself. With your hard work, you can achieve quite a lot. But you need a proper direction. Try not to be over emotional about it. Try not to adopt a violent attitude. Try not to be aggressive all the time. You have to calm down yourself. And refrain from negative thinking. Your relationship can fluctuate quite a lot. You have to invest a base of understanding, not a base of aggression. Try not to pick on each other. Try not to wind each other up. And you have to be active, creative, dynamic. Please refrain from any living argument or conflict, or foul play, or foul temper, or out of control behavior and attitude in your family relationship. Calm down yourself. If you can control your temper, you can control anything. If you can control your behavior, you can control anything. You have to look after your health. Any issue with blood and urine and lower abdomen. Sun, Mercury, Venus transit in 12th house. Opponent will be rising. You may have a lot of problem with government people, or government people will find you, punish you, charge you, and due to authorities, you may go for financial losses. Expenditure will be excessive. Physically, you may fail as well as having a mental anguish. Your eyes will create a trouble for you. There will be excessive expenditure. There may be fear from your own people. Mental anguish, disfavor from those people who have power, authority. Travel may be forced upon you. Do refrain from gambling. Too much arrogance, too much idioticness. You'll be out of comfort zone. You'll be got to watch your expenditure. You got to watch your financial commitment. That's any financial commitment. You got to watch your decision and choices. There may be a lot of eye disease, eye infection, headaches, abdominal discomfort during this phase of time. You'll be extremely excited very easily. There may be bitterness between your temperament. Don't go mad. Give yourself a direction. And try not to invest too much emotion. Invest practicality. There will be loss of earning, a lot of disappointment may be faced by you. You got to calm down yourself. You got to take a direction. Don't be hasty. You may also suffer due to false allegation forced upon you. You can be bankrupt due to wasteful expenditure. Watch your spending. Watch your expenditure. You have to watch your expenditure. Watch your debts. And try not to go mad when it comes to spending money. And try not to go overexcited about anything or everything. Don't go mad with your madness, with your temper. You have to calm down yourself. If you don't know 100%, take advice. Hire a consultant who can give you the best advice, what you need to do. You got to adopt a direction. Result of Sun, Ketu, Venus and Lagna. Because after 16th October, after 17th October, Sun and Venus leave the 12th house entering into Lagna with Ketu. And Rahu's position 7th house looking at the Lagna. This is a Sun eclipse position. Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu. The Sun eclipse is there. And Venus is almost burnt out. And the combination Sun, Venus are no good. Combination of Sun, Ketu means Sun eclipse. Sun, Rahu, Sun eclipse. Venus Ketu, Venus distorted. Venus Rahu, Venus distorted. After 17th October, Sun, Venus, Ketu in the Lagna, Rahu's from the 7th house, 7th aspect is on the Lagna. Friends and dear people, friends and your own people can be source of your strife. And sometimes you're in the middle of a conflict. Beware of injury, beware of troubles. Theft may be source of loss. Cheating, deception, fraud can happen with you. Beware of financial losses. You will be able to fulfill your desire, indulging in luxuries, enjoying domestic harmony. Professionally, there is a rising status and rise in your income resources. You'll associate with a lot of companion, but beware of scandal. And there may be some kind of headaches. Your expenditure can be excessive, sometimes more than your imagination. And this time period, you'll have a lot of opportunities. But depend on whatever you want to do, have to be legally correct. You will be prone to anger, which will result a lot of various problems. And there are a lot of trouble created by the enemies. You'll be exploited by the companion, and which you shouldn't be. And do not involve yourself in any kind of scandalous relationship. You'll pay the price. Be careful. Don't cross the line of decency. If you are getting unwanted attention, which you should not be, you should not entertain yourself in any kind of a foul relationship. Please. Short-term pleasure, long-term pain. Please don't bother. Beware of eye infection. Beware of eye headaches. A lot of issues regarding blood infection, a lot of infection. You may travel abroad and lose some money and on the business account. If you're making any business dealing, take some consultant, take a proper advice. Your financial fortune will fluctuate. At one time, you will be very comfortable with money. At the second time, there will be no money. You have to be checks and balances. You don't want to stay at one place. And sometimes you'll be traveling around quite a lot. Sometimes you keep on shifting places. But beware of cheating, deception, fraud. You can be a victim of a huge fraud. Beware of scam. Please be careful. And before you investing any money, before you spending any money, you have to think 100 times. You have to think 100% thoroughly. Libra month of October 2022. The prominent dates are 8th, 9th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 29th, 30th October, the prominent date for Libra, for signing any important contract, organizing any important event or meeting, any romantic date, test, interview, exam, business date, romantic date. You can accomplish quite a lot. Scorpio, month of conclusion for Scorpio. First thing first, your monthly chart. Lagna in Scorpio is occupied by Moon, and third house is occupied by, second house is empty, third house is occupied by Saturn, fourth house is empty, fifth house is occupied by Jupiter, sixth house is occupied by Rahu, seventh house is occupied by Mars for Scorpio. Lord of Scorpio, Mars transiting in seventh house. 8th house is empty, 9th house is empty, 10th house is empty, 11th house is occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. 11th house is occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. 12th house is occupied by in Ketu. Scorpio, the start of the month, and the Mercury become retrograded in the start, Mercury become direct in the start, Venus from the start combust for the whole month of October, Mercury is direct for the whole month of October, Saturn become direct on 23rd of October. In this particular month is very phenomenal, unique. First 16 days are very unique itself. And after 16th of October, Sun Eclipse happen in everybody's chart. In your monthly chart is happened in your house of loss, in 12th house. Sun, Venus, Ketu are joined together in 12th house, and Rahu is looking at the 12th house from the 6th house. So you have to be extremely cautious and careful. Your 12th house will be defected by Sun Eclipse. Your Lagna will be defected by Sun Eclipse. Your 6th house will be defected by Sun Eclipse. So if the eclipse happen, it affect where is happen is the next door, and the house which is looking at the directly. From the 12th house, direct house which is looking 6th house, next door is the Lagna. So 3 houses will be defected by in every eclipse happen when they happen. Scorpio, month of October, the conclusion of the month. In this coming month, result of moon transiting in the Lagna. Scorpio, you get favor from a lot of females, and generally the result will be good. There may be opposition from superiors. You may develop a lot of health issues regarding illness. You got to look after your health. Sometimes disappointment may also be there. The mind will be fickle. Don't make a too much emotional decision. Think with your head, not with your heart. Making a right decision would be difficult. Sometimes you keep on thinking with your heart. You have to making sure that you're not investing any kind of ego or emotions or aggression in your decision-making strategies. No. Result of Saturn in third house. You'll be dominating over your opponent. You'll have excessive enthusiasm. Your undertaking will meet success and prosperity. You gain wealth and benefit from favor from higher authorities or people who have a power. Sibling may be source of your strife. You'll be skilled at making friends, respectful toward elders, will gain favor from higher authorities. You'll be bold in decision making, very much convincing, very solid. Engaged in independent business ventures, enhancing your status prestige of the family. You'll earn a lot through your own vigor, vitality, through your own wisdom, creativity, through your own action, conduct and vision. Result of Jupiter in fifth house. A new project, venture, idea will be materialized. Wealth will be gained. You will be Jupiter position, more you become active, creative, dynamic, more you achieve quite a lot. You'll enjoy a rise in fame and dignity. If you have any opponent, you'll be able to dominate over them. You'll acquire knowledge, ability, and skill set. You'll upgrade your knowledge, ability, and skill set. But as a professional consultant, your performance will be outstanding. You'll be blessed with success, achievements, reward, profit. Your popularity will be multiplying. Superior will grant the favor toward you. You will earn the superior's help. Anybody who's a decision maker will stand by you. Result of Mars in 7th house. This time period when the Mars transits 7th house, you may have a period of domestic strife. Watch your word of speech, watch your aggression, watch your conduct, watch your mannerism. You may suffer from a lot of health issues. Sometimes mental anguish. You got to watch your word of speech and behavior and conduct and dealing. Refrain from any living argument and conflict with anybody. You'll be involved in a lot of disputes, court cases, business you got to make sure that aggression should not be part of these kind of scenario situation. Your spouse or your partner may face hardship. You can be self-destructive. You can be very argumentative. Sometimes you don't want to listen to anybody. You will be me. And whenever you open the mouth, you're spitting venom, which you shouldn't be. Watch your word of speech. Watch your manners. Result of Rahu in 6th house. Obstacle, enemies will overcome. Wealth will be gained. There is access to comfort, land, vehicle. Professional rises are going to happen. Result of Sun, Mercury, Venus in 11th house. There will be income resources from business and other undertaking. Your status will be enhanced. You'll be achieving rising. Flow of income from wealth, prosperity will be there. You'll have a harmony with your friends. If you're leading a project or program, you'll be accomplishing a dignified success and prosperity. You're making a lot of money. You're achieving a name and fame. Travel and business will grant you a lot of wealth. You will have the whole team's support, guidance. You will be able to fulfill your desire. There will be earning from business and gain. The gain possibly from craft. If you're a performing artist, achievements will multiply. Achievements will magnify. And your status will be enhanced. You'll enjoy associating with a lot of friends. You'll be blessed with wealth and assets. You'll be very progressive. You progress sometime here and there, but sometimes stable, sometimes not stable. But you will be rewarded by professional people, professional qualified people. The monetary gain will be there. You'll attain victory and profit, acquiring wealth, attaining success. And you'll be able to defeat your enemies. You'll be acquiring plenty of money in the form of business and service sector. You'll get valuable items and assets. But be a good communicator. Try to talk nicely. Try to present nicely, please. But with your team effort, you can accomplish the sky and the earth. After 17th October, Sun, Venus leaving the 11th house, shifting towards 12th house. The whole equation is going to change. Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu in 12th house. Rahu is looking at from the 6th house to the 12th house. Sun, Venus, Ketu in 12th house. Business and travel can be a source of loss. You have to be careful. Your money can be lost after 17th October. Your enemies will be source of your trouble. You may undergo a lot of suffering. There will be excessive expenditure. There may be fear from your enemies, mental anguish, disfavor from those people who have power and position. Travel can be forced upon you. There may be a lot of eye infection, headaches, and abdominal discomfort in this phase of time. You'll be getting excited very easily. There will be bitterness in your temperament. Loss of earning and disappointment may be faced by you. The expenditure on treatment of illness would be excessive. You may also suffer a lot of false allegation. The spending on virtues and religious pursuit would be done and dusted. Beware of depressive thoughts. You might suffer from a lot of stomach and eye issues. There may be sudden loss of money due to if you are out of your comfort zone. Do not make a wrong decision. Try not to travel this time if you don't need to. And sometimes you will do not do anything which is against the religion and the family. You spend a lot of money on undeserving and which you shouldn't be. Watch your spending, watch your actions. You'll be hardworking and sometimes you're adopting a method which will not bring any success to you. So you have to be very careful what you do. You have to organize yourself. Sometimes you can be all over the place. You should only travel if you have to. Try to avoid traveling if you don't need to. And try not to invest money. This is not the right time. Do not invest money in anything foul, which you don't know about it. And you need to hire a legal consultant who can tell you what is right and what is wrong. And don't get carried away with the emotion. You got to calm down yourself. You got to sit tight. Don't go mad. You got to take your time if you're making any important decisions or choices. Result of Ketu in 12th house. Business and travel can be source of gain. You'll achieve rising in professional status, but you have to think thoroughly. Try not to be hasty. Your financial gain and fame will be rising. You'll be able to root out your enemies and problems and complications. But you got to think thoroughly what you want to do, how you want to do. And sometimes everything is not straightforward. Think thoroughly before you make any decision or choices. Scorpio, month of October 2022. The prominent dates are 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 27th, 28th, 31st of October are the prominent date for month of October for Scorpio. For signing any important contract, organizing any important meeting, business meeting, romantic date, test, exam, interview, presentation, you'll achieve dignified success and prosperity. Wishing you very best of luck. Sagittarius, month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month for this particular month, Sagittarius. First, let us discuss about the monthly chart. The monthly chart is the Lagna. There is no planet in the Lagna. Second house is occupied by Saturn. Jupiter position in 4th house. Jupiter position, the Lord Jupiter of Sagittarius, occupied in 4th house, very prominent position. 5th house is occupied by Rahu. 6th house is occupied by Mars. And 7th house is empty, 8th house is empty, 9th house is empty, 10th house is occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. Very prominent combination. And 11th house is occupied by Ketu, Moon position in 12th house. Saturn position is okay, but Jupiter position in 4th house is most prominent. The Lord Jupiter, the Lord of Sagittarius, Jupiter on the 4th house, and 10th house is occupied by Sun, Mercury, Venus, very prominent. And Mars position is again very supporting in 6th house, very prominent. Moon position is not very good, not good for the finances. The start of the month, may I say, Mercury was retrograded, but Mercury became direct for the start of the month. From the start of the month of October, Venus become combust completely. For the whole month, Venus is very, not a very good shape. And this particular month, first 16 days monthly forecast is unique, very dignified. After 16th October, 17th, 18th, Sun eclipses happen. Sun and Venus leave the 10th house and join the Ketu in 11th house. Sun, Venus, Ketu in 11th house. Rahu is looking at this union. So the effect in 11th house is Sun, Venus, Rahu, Ketu. The Sun eclipse happened in the 11th house. So from 17th October till the end of the month, the overall equation is changed and Sun eclipse happened. Due to that, impact will happen. I'm going to define the impact of Sun eclipse for your chart. So I'm going to define each and every planet's effect, good and bad and positive and negative both. I'm going to start with Saturn position in 2nd house, month of October. Saturn transit in the start of the year is in the 2nd house. Saturn will be in 2nd house till end of the year, till the 17th of January. Saturn at the moment is retrograded. Saturn will be direct, may I say, after 23rd of October. When the Saturn becomes direct, your flow of income will be back to normal. You'll be happy, a lot of things are happening, good happening. And you see a flow of income, normality, flow of resources will be there. But Saturn position in 2nd house, and look after your eyesight, look after any infection. At the moment, you have to work very much hard for your prosperity, for your business, for satisfied as much you can get. You'll be involved in a lot of deeds, but after 23rd of October, situation will change. And at the moment, you have to look after your health regarding lower abdomen. Please do watch your word of speech. Refrain from offending anybody with your ego and pride. Watch very politely. Try not to be rude with anybody, please. Result of Jupiter in 4th house. Your Lord planet Jupiter is transiting your 4th house. Land and business will provide you financial gain. There are domestic harmony and you will have access to a lot of comfort. Lifestyle will be there, comfort will be there. You may benefit from a lot of favors. And you'll enjoy a lot of income resources. You'll benefit from tremendous source of earnings and recognition from people who have authorities. And a lot of people will recognize you, appreciate you. You'll get many benefit and attain support. You'll be endowed with many comforts and respected by professional people, powerful people, possession of assets. Result of Rahu in 5th house. You have to watch your decision. You got to watch your choices. If you refrain from any kind of illusion, do watch yourself, what you want to do. Your intellect may deteriorate if you're not careful. If you are confused, if you're all over the place, try not to be self-destructive. And you can suffer a lot of mental anguish and sometimes a lot of fear, anxiety. Beware of abdominal pain and try not to do anything which you can't justify. Refrain from any kind of scandalous steps. Due to lack of focus, your studies can be interrupted. Refrain from any kind of distraction and invest more drive, invest more discipline, dedication in your routine. Result will be accomplishment. Result will be dignified. Result of Mars in 6th house. Due to position of Mars will support you quite a lot, to annihilating your opponents, annihilating your problems. You'll have a success in any matter of litigation. Your status will be elevated. You'll enjoy favor from higher position, from higher authorities. Benefit will come to you due to favor from companion. Your education can be implemented due to lack of focus. And your education can be incomplete due to lack of focus and due to lack of concentration. You may lose money due to lack of focus and concentration. Sometimes you can be very much careless. Due to that, your enemies will take advantage of you, which you shouldn't be. You have to be more you become focused, more you are driven, more you are dedicated, more you are driven, more you'll be achieving. Choice is yours. So refrain from lack of focus, lack of discipline. Please do organize yourself. Result of Sun, Mercury, Venus in 10th house. You will have a gain of wealth. You will have a gain of wealth in the professional wealth. There will be rise in status, prestige and honor. There will be a lot of support for your professional status. There will be general progression. Authorities, decision maker will favor you. The professional decision taken by you at this particular moment would be wise and result in success in your professional status. Your desire will be fulfilled. There will be a rise in status, prestige and honor. There will be a rise in gain of wealth and comforts. Elevation will come to your professional status. You will enjoy enhancement. And there will be acquisition of property or car or both. Or material comfort. Professional gain, financial gain. You will gain dignity and get a professional rising. You will get honor and occupying a higher position. Professionally, you raise the status of your profession. Your luck will blossom from authorities. You will occupy a high position, receiving honor, will be popular among people, respected by decision maker. You'll go in for independent business or big industry. You'll accomplish quite a lot. Result of Sun, Ketu, Venus in 11th house. After 17th October, Sun, Venus, Ketu in 11th house. There will be technical obstacles in your way of success. There will be a technical obstacles in your prosperity. The Sun, Venus, Ketu in 11th house after 17th October, you will suffer a lot of stomach issues. There will be a lot of rows, partitions, separate issues. You can be in the middle of a conflict, professional conflict. And sometimes you have to organize any tricky situation developed in your profession, in your income resources, in your professional organization. You have to organize that. Make sure there should not be any living conflict with authorities. If you can organize this position of between you and the authorities, between you and the decision maker, then situation will be good. You have to organize it. You have to make sure that there should be a base of understanding between you and the team. There should not be a conflict of interest between you and the team. If you can organize, if you can make sure that the conflict should disappear between you and the team, then you will be back on track. Everything back to normal. Either you can be a part of a problem or part of a solution. Let us be a part of a solution, not a part of a problem. If you can be a part of a solution, then wealth will be there, comfort will be there, support will be there, recognition will be there, achievements will be there, rewards will be there. Otherwise, if you become a part of a problem, you haven't got this, you haven't achieved this, you can't have this, you can never achieve this, you're going through this problem and that problem. Let's not go there, please. And Ketu's transiting in Sun, Venus and Ketu together. Business activity will give you gain. Profession activity will give you rising. But you got to create a balance between decision maker, between team and you. Base of understanding should be there. There shouldn't be a conflict of interest. You can achieve a lot by listening to people, by offering them a solution, by flawless communication. Moon transit in 12th house. Look after your expenditure, look after your investment. Beware of any kind of unnecessary arguments or conflict with anybody. You go through a lot of mental anguish and a lot of hassles. Sometimes expenditure can be sky high. Beware of any kind of self-destructive tendencies or wasteful expenditure. And do not get carried away with emotions if you are making any financial commitment, please. Sagittarius, month of October 2022. The prominent dates are 6, 7, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 23rd, 24th, 29th, 30th of October. A prominent date for month of October was signing any important contract, organizing any important event, meeting, business meeting, test, exam, romantic date. Capricorn, month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month for Capricorn. First thing first, let me define the chart. The Lagna is occupied of Capricorn, monthly forecast, monthly chart by Saturn. The Lord planet Saturn is in the Lagna, but retrograded. Second house is empty, no planet is there. Third house is occupied by Jupiter, very prominent position. Fourth house is occupied by Rahu, not very positive. Fifth house is occupied by Mars, lot of energy, lot of creativity, but try not to waste with shouting, screaming and firing. Sixth house, seventh house, eighth house, all three houses are empty. Ninth house occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. Very prominent. 10th house occupied by Ketu. 11th house occupied by Moon. So these are the planetary position. And start of the month, Mercury is retrograded. Mercury become direct start of the month. And Venus become combust for the whole month of October. And the major event will happen after 17th October when Sun and Venus leave the 9th house, enter into 10th house and join the Ketu. Sun, Venus together join the Ketu in 10th house. There's a Sun Eclipse equation in 10th house. In 10th house, there's a Sun Eclipse will be created. Sun, Venus, Ketu. Rahu is looking at Sun, Venus and Ketu. So the combination in 10th house, Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu. So when this eclipses happen, it defect in the house which you created in 10th house. For Capricorn, your 10th house will be created by eclipse. So 10th house is created by eclipse. So 10th house is defected. Your 11th house is also defected. The eclipse also defect the next house. The eclipse also defect the house which is straight to the house. From the 10th house, 4th house is straight. It's like from the 10th house to the 4th house. So 3 houses are defected by eclipse. 10th house, 11th house and the 4th house. There is eclipse looking directly straight. So from the 10th house to the 4th aspect is there. So 3 houses are defect. So eclipse effect will happen. House of profession, house of income resources and house of peace of mind and happiness. So stand by. So I'm going to define each and every planet's effect one by one. You got to exercise your patience, listen to me step by step. I'm going to define each and every planet. Capricorn, month of October, conclusion of the month in this coming month of October. First thing first, result of Saturn's in Lagna. Saturn at the moment is retrograde. Disfavor may come from those people who have authority and power. You must look after your marriage relationship. There will be tendency to associate with a lot of wicked people, wicked companions, which you shouldn't be. You'll progress through your own effort. You'll be well respected and victorious in enhancing your family name and fame. You will do very much in business, performing good deeds, achieving wealth, popularity among respectable position, and will be renowned with all the comforts. You'll be happy and honored by higher authority, by the decision maker, performing a lot of good deeds. Result of Jupiter in 3rd house. Association with professional friends, association with relatives, communication with world around you will bring you dignified opportunities. More you develop networking, more you have business activities, more you have professional activities, more you have a professional opportunity, financial opportunity. Business activity will provide you financial gain. You'll be bold, courageous, and you'll be very convincing in your arguments. More you develop business networking, more you have a dignified opportunity developing an independent business, more it will raise your status, prestige, and honor in the society. You'll be resourceful. You have a lots of professional networking, which will give you dignified opportunities. More you do communication with the world, more you achieve a lot. Result of Rahu in 4th house. Travel will be source of suffering. Sometimes you can be all over the place. You have to look after your mental and physical health, and same apply to your family. Friends and relatives are source of your grief and strife. There is excessive expenditure. Sometimes sudden calamity may occur. You may suffer a lot of restlessness, living conflict, living argument, but refrain from any kind of a living argument and conflict. Result of Mars in 5th house. Abdominal and chest pain may be source of trouble. You must watch your temper, action, conduct, and dealing. Please beware of accident in any living conflict. You will be capable of solving problem through your own efforts. More you become active, creative, dynamic, more you'll be respected. Result of Sun, Mercury, Venus in 9th house. There will be a new project, new venture, new idea. Your desire will be fulfilled. You're enjoying good fortune. You'll be gaining your wealth through you, by professional authorities. Lot of opportunity will be given to you. Journeys will be proved to be profitable. You'll be supported by your elders, family elders. You'll have a success in your undertaking. Lot of blessing will give you uplift from higher authorities, from divine support will be there. You'll have some sort of rising in status, prestige, and honor. Professional status will be rising. Journeys will bring professional reward, financial reward, benefits. There will be a rising in professional status, gain of wealth. You'll be inclined to perform a lot of good deeds. Your undertaking will meet success. Comfort will come from family members. You will be involved in a lot of virtuous deeds. Any journey undertaken during this period would be beneficial to you. Receive favor from superiors. You'll achieving success, prosperity, and honor. Now, after 16th October, after 17th October, Sun and Venus leaving the 9th house, entering into 10th house. Sun, Venus, Ketu in 10th house. Rahu is looking at Sun, Venus, Ketu. Sun eclipse will happen in house of profession. The eclipse is there. The eclipse will affect 10th house, 11th house, and the 4th house. So you might be separated from your brother and relatives. You might be separated from your family members. There will be a living conflict and argument. You may feel guilty on account of separation from your friends, from family members. You may have a conflict with you, a lot of people around you, professionally or personally. Enmity with your family member, enmity with your professional in your profession can be there. Refrain from performing any kind of ill deeds and look after your mother's health. Professional wealth of profession or wealth can be lost due to, may I say, some kind of actions. Watch your professional decision choices. Do not take any action which can cause a professional losses or financial losses. And you might change your employment, you might change your work, you might change your residence. You might make a decision to leave the job and start doing something else. Can happen. You might have a conflict between you and the higher authority, between you and your boss, between you and your colleague. You can start a professional conflict, which is not the right time. You might make a decision whether you want to change the job and the residence together. Think thoroughly. Don't get carried away. Don't go mad, please. You have to acknowledge the reality, the ground reality. Those in authority can be source of your trouble. Those people who have a power and authority can punish you. Be careful. Be careful. Your undertaking will often fail. You make change in your residence. You make change in your job. You may make change in your career. You may have a living conflict with your professional people, professional dimension. You might have a conflict between you and the business, between you and the career, between you and the team, between you and the colleagues. Enmity with your own people can be there. Enmity with your professional colleague, between family members can be painful experience. Be careful. Refrain from any professional conflict, personal conflict, financial living conflict, professional arguments. If you are in the middle of a professional conflict, do take advice. Do consult an expert. Professional like a HR, anything to do with HR, rules and regulation expert, plus astrologer. Your behavior might not be ethical. Sometimes you're performing a lot of those kind of deeds, which will people record it, and then they reprimand you. You have done this wrong. Now we have recorded it. Now they are jumping on you now like a ton of walls. So be careful. You have to be careful. Watch your professional decision. Watch your professional steps. Don't be hasty with your aggression. Please be careful. Try not to do anything which you can't justify. Ketu position in 10th house. The chances that you want to change your employment. You want to move on. You want to make a change in your residence. You want to change your job and profession, job and residence together. But watch your decision, watch your choices. Consider a long-term future, not the short-term. Think about where you would like to see yourself after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months. Yes. After 1 year, 2 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years. Yes. Result of moon in 11th house. You'll gain through professional dealing. Your professional status will be rising, buying and selling, things like that. You'll be seeing rising your activities in creativities. Your achievements will be there by professional dealings. Capricorn, month of October 2022. Prominent dates for Capricorn is 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 27th, 28th, 31st of October are the important dates for signing important contract, organizing an important meeting, event, business meeting, test exam, interview, presentation, romantic date. Wish you very best of luck. Aquarius, month of October, Aquarius, month of October 2022, the conclusion of the month for Aquarius. First thing first, your monthly chart. Aquarius, Lagna doesn't have any planet. Second house occupied by Jupiter, very prominent position. Rahu's position, very prominent, third house. Fourth house position, Mars, again not very good. And fifth house empty, sixth house empty, seventh house empty. Eighth house occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. I'm not supported. Ketu position, 9th house, 10th house occupied by the moon. 10th house, 11th house empty, 12th house, again your Lord planet, your Lord of Aquarius, Saturn, occupied in 12th house. The house of exile, the house of loss, the house of bedroom happiness. The 12th house, the house of expenditure. Your Lord planet, Saturn, occupied in 12th house. Let's talk about start of the month in October. Mercury was retrograded. Mercury become direct in start of the month. Venus, very important planet for Aquarius. Venus, very important planet for Aquarius, is become almost combusted the whole month of October. Venus, we can't ignore Venus. Venus represent personal happiness, harmony. Venus represent your personal comfort. Venus represent you want to enjoy your joy, your factor, your passion. Yes. Venus represents your rise, luck and prosperity. Venus is very important. The Venus in the whole month of October is almost dead, almost gone, not very healthy. Let's talk about Aquarius, month of October conclusion. In this coming month, result of Jupiter in second house. Business travel will provide you earnings and gain. Business transaction, business presentation. If you're a professional consultant, you'll achieve a lot, quite a lot in this particular month. You'll have a rising in status, prestige, honor, benefit from government favors. Your income will be good. Your unique opportunity will come your way. And you will be prosperous in business, satisfied as much you can make money. Your earning will be good. Your business profit will be good. You have a lot of money to support a lot of people. You protect people. You enhance your wealth. You enhance your profession. You enhance your business. You'll be there with your money, with your work, with your company, with your wealth. You'll achieve a lot. Aquarius, Rahu's position in third house. You dominate over any opponents. Your enemies will be dominated by you. Favor will come from government, those people who have power, authority. Professional elevation is probably there. Your undertaking will meet success. Rahu will give you backbone. Rahu will give you determination. Rahu will give you force. Rahu will dominate any of your problems and any of your opponents. Mars position fourth house. You may be separated from family and friends and relatives, and you can be separated from old friends. You may have some might say loss of vehicle or loss of property, something like that. Refrain from foul temper. Don't look for enemies. You might create a lot of enemies with your foul temper, with your aggression. And sometimes peace of mind can be questionable. There's a lack of mental peace. Journey may be source of trouble. Beware of living conflict and argument. Beware of foul temper within the family, outside the family, at profession, in the family, at home, at work, both places. Refrain from foul temper. You'll face a lot of open and hidden enemies inside the family, outside the family. Many tricky situations. You have to watch your temper, conduct, and dealing and behavior. Sun, Mercury, Venus in 8th house. Opponent will trouble you. Sun, Mercury, Venus in 8th house. Opponent will trouble you. Opponent will harass you. You'll meet a lot of excessive expenditure, loss of money, too much expenditure, foul expenditure, which you don't want to justify. Beware of any eye infection, chest infection. Your family may suffer. Business travel will result losses. There's a tendency toward excessive expenditure, some wasteful expenditure. There may be illness, eye infection, physical suffering, and you may face a lot of opposition from your areas or this one due to your own action. There would be strife at home. There may be illness. Abdominal issues can be there. If you are suffering with any kind of issue like a piles, fistula, fissura, any kind of issue linked with lower abdomen, blood or urine, below the button of belly, you have to be very careful. You suffer a lot of issues like this, and look after your relationship between you and the loved one, between you and your partner, between you and your companion, between you and your romantic partner, between you and your friends. Your financial circumstances improve, and it might possible you will find something, sudden wealth. It might possible. Unexpected wealth. Yes. Through lottery, through something like that. Your project can incomplete due to circumstances. Your project can be there, but it can be incomplete due to circumstances, due to lack of focus, due to lack of resources, due to lack of concentration. You'll get sudden financial gain, no doubt about it. Chances are that. Beware of any tricky situation, tedious situation, legal complicated situation, conflicting situation. Beware of any living conflict and arguments. Please be careful. Sun and Venus leaving the 8th house, joining the 9th house, Ketu. Rahu is looking at the 9th house from the 3rd house. After 17th October, Sun eclipse is happening. Venus position is very, very dumb, very low. So, Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu in 9th house affected there. Friends can be source of your opposition. Misfortune or failure can be there. And your undertaking may plague you sometimes. You can be all over the place. A tendency toward wicked deeds may reveal itself. You may suffer a lot of pain, back pain, arm pain, a lot of issue with the lower abdomen. There may be many obstacles in your work. Your family and others may be always give you a cause of worry. You may not be loved by sometimes a lot of issues between you and your family. A lot of people oppose you in the family. You will not be on good terms with a family member. You may be some sort of issues will be between you and the family members, between you and your guru, between you and your teacher. Result of Ketu in 9th house. Result of Ketu 9th house. Friends can be source of opposition. Beware of finality, fine, and punishment. And misfortune and failure in your undertaking will plague you sometime. A tendency toward wicked people may reveal itself. A tendency toward wicked deeds may reveal itself. Watch your actions. Be on the track. Be on the straight line. You may suffer from a lot of health issues, but go and see your doctor. Moon position in 10th house. You receive favor from superiors. You receive favor from higher authorities. Your professional life will be rising. Your desire will be fulfilled. You have access to comfort. You must look after your family and professional relationship. Result of Saturn in 12th house. You must suffer a lot of health issue regarding eyes. Eyes you feel weaker. Issue with your feet. Those in authority can be source of your fear. Sometimes you can be worried about what will happen, where you would like to see yourself. You might see beware of fine, penalty, punishment. Beware of legal punishment. Domestic life can be full of strife. Travel is likely. You may travel abroad. Maybe good at some side, you're spending a lot of money. And sometimes you'll be caught up in a mess. Sometimes money never stay in your hand. Some your debts are building, expenditure are building. and you have facing a lot of problems and complicated situation where you need to spend a lot of money. Sometimes you'll be out of comfort zone. Sometimes you can be all over the place. You don't know what to do. Aquarius, month of October 2022. The prominent dates are 6th, 7th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st of October. The prominent date for signing any important contract, organizing any important meeting, event, business meeting, test, exam, interview, presentation, romantic date. Wish you all the very best of luck. Pisces, month of October 2022. Pisces, may I say that this particular month of October 2022, let me define the chart. Lagna is occupied by Jupiter. Jupiter transiting your Lagna. Very prominent position of Jupiter in Lagna. Second house is occupied by Rahu, dominating your flow of income. Third house is occupied by Mars position. Very prominent. Fourth house empty, fifth house empty, sixth house empty, seventh house occupied by Sun, Venus and Mercury. Very prominent. Eighth house occupied by Ketu. Ninth house is occupied by Moon. 10th house empty. 11th house occupied by Saturn position. Very prominent. 12th house, no planet. 11th house occupied by Saturn. So start of the month Pisces, Mercury was retrograded. Mercury become direct. From the start of the month, whole month is direct. And Venus become totally combust in the whole month of October. In the whole month of October, Venus is almost combust, is gone. Venus position very, not very healthy, not very unique. And after first 16 days of this particular month, the monthly forecast will go smoothly. The whole things are very revolving, very rejuvenating. After 17th October, the whole equation is changed. Sun and Venus together change from 7th house to the 8th house, joining the Ketu, 8th house. So in 8th house, the equation becomes Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu. Rahu's position, 2nd house, looking at the 8th house. So Sun, Venus, Ketu, Rahu in 8th house. The Sun eclipse happened in 8th house, which is eclipse means a stress, frustration, disappointment, grief, trauma. Eclipse is a cause of causing all these things. So when the eclipse happened, it dominating not only happened whether it happened in the house, it dominating the next house is already happened, going to happen in 8th house after 17th October. So 9th house is also defected and 2nd house is also defected. So let's talk about monthly forecast, month of October. Results, I'm going to define each and every effect of the planet for all planets. First thing first, result of Jupiter in Lagna. Your business will be very productive. Your association with professional people, decision making will be very profitable. You'll achieve dignified opportunities. Prosperity will be there. You'll be able to fulfilling your vision, desire, imagination. You'll have some sort of rising in status, prestige and promotion. You'll progress through your own efforts. You'll be lively and energetic. You'll be well respected and victorious and enhancing your family name. You'll be enterprising and ambitious and you'll progress through your own efforts. But you got to pull and push. Result of Rahu in 2nd house. Wealth can be lost. Money can be lost. Business and travel result will lost, as well as you will suffer a lot of health issues, sometimes a lot of conflicting situations, sometimes health issues. Those in high places can be source of your trouble. Refrain from any kind of professional and personal living conflict and arguments. Result of Mars in 3rd house. Your status and your social circle will be enhanced. Your status will be enhanced. Your social circle will be enhanced. You will acquire land, vehicle and wealth. You dominate over your opponents. There will be favor from authorities. Mars position in 3rd house. Your family can suffer. Your relationship between you and the family members can suffer due to lack of understanding. There is too much aggression. Your desire will get fulfilled during this phase of time. There will be success through your personal efforts. If you undertake any litigation, you will succeed. You will be valiant, talented and quarrelsome. But this time your aggression will work for you. And you progress with your own strength. With the help of the business networking will bring you a lot of dignified opportunities. You'll be performing a lot of good deeds, making you very popular and very unique. Result of Sun, Venus and Mercury in 7th house. Sun, Venus, Mercury in 7th house result. You may have a lot of opportunities there's a lot of opportunities to overindulge in sensual pleasure or joint ventures, amalgamation, partnership. You have a lot of romantic opportunity. You have a lot of opportunity for joint ventures, amalgamation, partnership, even professional opportunity. Romantic opportunity, professional opportunity, financial opportunity. Business will be profitable because Jupiter is supporting this union, Sun, Venus, Mercury. You'll have somebody will offer you business partnership. Somebody will offer you money if you do something. Yes, you'll come across a very dignified opportunity, some kind of partnership. Business will be profitable. You'll succeed in your undertaking. You'll acquire vehicle and gain in wealth. Travel may net you earning. You may have a physical issue, some sort of eye infection. There are a lot of issues regarding, may I say, look after your male and female health issues. If you have any issue regarding male and female health, go and see your doctor. You'll face a lot of financial losses. There may be fear from those people who have authorities. There may be suffering to yourself and your spouse. Make sure there shouldn't be any developed misunderstanding or living conflict in the relationship or scandalous relationship within the relationship. Make sure you should not cross the line of decency. Do not create any relationship scandal around the relationship, especially if you are in a committed relationship. Refrain from any kind of relationship scandal. Generally, you'll find things to be favorable. There may be a rise in your status because due to business partnership, some sort of a professional opportunity just around you. There is a professional opportunity around you. Look around. Somebody want to offer you a partnership or professional opportunity or some kind of a money or support or guidance. So you can take that advantage and make that thing very productive for yourself. Business transaction will prove to be very beneficial to you. You will be victorious in arguments and quarrels. Refrain from any marriage relationship, romantic relationship conflict. Or romantic relationship conflict. If you do that, refrain from any kind of a relationship scandal. If don't do any relationship scandal, situation can go out of hand. You got to be extra careful whenever you are taking any step linked with your married relationship or joint venture. You will be quite impatient sometimes unable to digest your secrets. You spend your money in secret deeds. You'll be satisfying your physical pleasure, but you spend money in your secret deeds to enjoy yourself. Sometimes short-term pleasure, long-term pain. Be careful. You must know what you're doing. Don't cross the line of decency, please. Result of Sun, Ketu, Venus in 8th house. After 17th October, Sun and Venus leave the 7th house, entering into 8th house with Sun, Ketu, Venus. Be careful after 17th October. Money can be lost due to cheating, deception, fraud or theft. Be careful. Those in authority can be source of your trouble. Anybody have a legal authority can be source of your trouble, source of your fear. You may make a lot of running around. Beware of any kind of huge changes and your family can suffer. Business and travel may result in losses if you're not careful. There's a tendency toward excessive expenditure. Sometimes your expenditure can be more than your income. There may be illness, eye infection, physical suffering, danger from water. You may face a lot of opposition from nearest to dearest one. There would be strife at home. There may be physical illness, much suffering. Abdominal eye infection may cause you trouble. And look after your health regarding if you're suffering with any kind of issue regarding piles, anything to blood or urine, anything to do with the digestive system, be careful. And if you have an issue, any health issue between you and your partner, go and see your doctor. There may be loss of money if you're not careful. Fear from fire, any sudden things can happen. Refrain from any self-destructive tendencies. Refrain from anything which you can't justify. Beware of any kind of losses due to your own actions, own mistakes, or by scam, or fraud, or cheating, or deception. Be careful. If you don't watch your actions and conduct, try not to involve yourself in any kind of a cheating, deception, fraud. You can be victim of scam, fraud, cheating, deception. Be careful. Result of Ketu in 8th house. And 8th house, look after your health. Money can be lost. And if you are not careful, those in authority can be source of your fear. And look after your health regarding lower abdomen, digestive system, anything to do with blood, urine, and any issue with piles. Be careful. Result of moon in 9th house. Your relationship with your friends, relative will be okay, harmonious. You'll be participating in a lot of religious deeds, spiritual deeds. Your desire will be fulfilled during this particular period. Gain of wealth through business, travel is foreseen. There will be rise in profession. And this particular period, you'll be shining like a star, but with your hard work, achievements will be there. There will be rising in your name, fame, and establishment. Your knowledge, ability, skill set will be recognized and appreciated. Result of Saturn in 11th house. There will be professional elevation, excessive earning. You will be able to lead your project, make it quite successful. Saturn position in 11th house, you'll be highly active, you'll be highly creative, you'll be very dynamic. You'll get the team support, help and guidance. You'll make a lot of continuous gain and find happiness and respect. You'll be able to achieve your target, no doubt about it. But if you are leading any project with a team effort, you can make that project very successful. Yes, if you're a project manager, if you're a program manager, if you're a company CEO, with the team effort, you can lead the project and make that project very, very successful. After 23rd of October, the speed of the project can multiply 10 times. You will go with a very fast flow. You can make it very successful. You'll be highly active and highly creative and dynamic, and achievements will be there. But you got to pull up your socks. You got to do what is need to do. You can accomplish dignified success and prosperity. Pisces month of October, the prominent dates are 4th, 5th, 8th, 9th, 13th, 14th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 29th, 30th of October for any important contact, signing important events, meeting, business meeting, test, exam, interview, presentation. You can accomplish something dignified. For romantic date, pick any of these days. Wish you very best of luck and prosperity. Please press the bell for liking and become our subscriber. But the video which you have just watched, in this particular monthly forecast, I haven't shared any task, precautions and chanting. But you can have that task, precaution, chanting if you go to my website. I'm going to give you an opportunity. Go to my website, prakashastrologer.com, and download Android app. You can have a 13-week trial for Android app. From that Android app, you can have a full premium content for monthly and the weekly horoscope report, and you can enjoy that full premium content for 13 weeks. But if you become our YouTube subscriber, we will also share and notify you regarding monthly horoscope, weekly horoscope, yearly horoscope report, also Saturn transit effect, Jupiter transit effect, Rahu Ketu's transit effect, and how these planetary effects can impact on you. I can also share with you a live show link and in that live show, you can participate for live show consultation. Every Friday, UK time, 1200 hour till 1400 hour, between 12 to 2 p.m. You can participate in live show. I'm based in UK, so timing is according to UK. Every Sunday, 12 till 2 p.m., you can participate in the live show. And every Sunday, 3 p.m. till 5 p.m., you can participate in the live show. So, in live show, you can just dial the number, participate in the live show. You can raise any question, give me your name, date of birth, place of birth, time of birth. Ask me any question. I'll be more than happy to answer your question based on your birth chart. And I'm sure you will be becoming our subscriber for our Android app as well as our YouTube channel, both. And please press the bell for notification. We will notify you all our developments, and next 3 months of a lot of things are happening. Even new yearly 2023 yearly forecast are coming along. We'll also notify you for that. Wish you all the very best of luck.